Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do my Italian sausage, peppers and onions. This is a delicious meal to put together. You can do this over some white rice. You could do this with some pasta. But today we're going to do it with some Italian hoagie rolls. So here's the list of ingredients you're going to need. You're going to need some fresh Italian hoagie rolls. You're going to need some bell peppers. I have one yellow and one red. You're going to need some olive oil, salt and pepper to taste, as well as some dried oregano and some crushed red pepper flakes. You're going to need some tomato paste, a can of diced tomatoes. You're going to need some Marsala wine. You're going to need some fresh basil, as well as a large onion and some garlic cloves. And then of course you're going to need some Italian sausage. I'm using mild Italian sausage. You guys can use hot, sweet, whatever you guys prefer. And that's all you need to make my Italian sausage, peppers and onions. So let's get cooking, guys. Okay guys, so what I have over here, I put everything over here so that you guys can see it better. I have my tomato sauce, my tomato paste. I have my garlic here. This is about 5 cloves and I just diced it. Here's my fresh basil. I have my red pepper flakes, my oregano, my Marsala, salt and pepper, oil, some butter, and then over here I sliced up my red and yellow peppers as well as the onions. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your pan on medium high, because what we're going to do is we're going to brown the sausage first. So let this get really nice and hot. And then of course what I have over here is just my Italian sausage. And like I said, you can use sweet, hot, mild, whatever sausage you guys like and prefer. I find the mild works great because, as you know, a lot of people don't like spicy food in the house, so it works great. So what you're going to do is you're going to put a couple teaspoons of olive oil in your pan. And then you're just going to go ahead and put your sausages in, because we're going to go ahead and brown the sausage. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to brown these for a couple of minutes. We're not going to fully cook them. They're going to finish fully cooking with the peppers and onions. So we're going to go ahead and just let this get nice and brown. And we'll be back in a couple of minutes, guys. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and check my sausages out. That looks great. And remember, we're not fully cooking them. We're just browning them at this point. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them a couple of minutes on this side. And then we'll get working on our next step. Alright, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to transfer them to a plate. And just set that aside. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower this a little bit just to medium. Alright, so in the pan we're going to put a little bit more olive oil. We're going to put probably about a tablespoon of butter, because we're going to start sauteing our vegetables. Alright, into the pan, we're going to add all of our vegetables. Now traditionally, the Italian sausage and peppers and onions would have green and red peppers. I don't like green peppers, as well as green peppers does not like me. It's a mutual hate relationship. Not to mention my family really doesn't do well with the green peppers, so I just do the red and yellow. They're nice and sweet, they have a great taste. The green peppers are just very bitter. I don't particularly like the taste of green peppers. But if you guys love green peppers, you know, by all means, do the green peppers instead of the yellow. So you would do red, green, and the white onions, basically like the Italian flag. Alright, so you're just going to get this nice and incorporated with the oil and butter and all the juice from the sausages. So get that nice and incorporated in there. We're going to go ahead and do a nice share of salt. And of course I'll have all the ingredients and measurements in the description box for you guys. You're going to do some fresh black pepper, however much you guys want. And we're going to do some dried oregano. And I would say probably a tablespoon. It smells delicious already. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to let this cook down for a couple of minutes. It'll probably take anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes to cook this down, get it nice, a little caramelized, and cook down all the peppers. So I'm going to let this go for just a couple of minutes, and we'll be back to check on this in a little bit. Looks delicious. Smells delicious. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the garlic. Now, if you guys don't like garlic, you can always use less. We like garlic. I love garlic. And some red pepper flakes. But don't tell anybody in my family. Just a little pinch. I mean, you have to have red pepper flakes in Italian sausage and peppers. You have to. Alright, so we're going to cook this probably just a minute. We don't want to burn or brown the garlic. So we're going to cook this for just a minute. Okay, now what we're going to do to give this some nice richness, just make a little area in the pan, and we're going to add a little bit of the tomato paste. And I would say a teaspoon. Get it incorporated with everything. Cook that down for just a couple of seconds. Alright, we're going to add some Marsala wine. I would say half a cup. We're going to let this cook down for a minute or two. Turn this up just a little bit, because once we add our, I think I said sauce in the beginning, but it's diced tomatoes. Alright, we're going to let this cook down for just a minute before we add in our tomatoes. And my husband's in the living room going, something smells good. So that's a good sign. Alright, once you've let this cook down for just a minute, we're going to go ahead and add the diced tomatoes. And you want to add a good pinch of salt to this. As you know, tomatoes need salt. I'm going to do a little more pepper, because as you know, I like to season all the layers. Get this nice and incorporated. Let me bring this up just a little bit more, because we want to have this come up to a simmer. We're going to add our fresh basil. Just break it up just a little bit. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Alright, add these bad boys back in and just nestle it into the peppers and onions. We want all this juice. It's good flavors. So once they're in their little bed, we're going to go ahead and partly cover this. It's going to come up to a simmer, and we're going to let this simmer and cook for 20 minutes. Alright guys, so about halfway through, just go ahead and uncover. And then what you could do is you could taste for seasoning at this point. And I just like to make sure that my salt and everything is good. So I'm just going to taste a little bit of the juice. That's absolutely delicious. I'm going to add just a pinch more salt. So again, just adjust your seasoning to your liking. And now we're going to go ahead and let this cook. So we'll be back, guys. Alright guys, so this is what I like to do. Typically you wouldn't cut into sausage or meat because it will, you know, release the flavors, juices. Some say dry them out. But for sandwiches and this dish, I like to go ahead and slice them. So I'm going to see if I could do this with, you guys can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just put it on a low for right now, because we're going to put the sausages right back in. And what I like to do is just cut the sausages. And don't worry, all this juice that's coming out, I'm going to put right back in that pan. But if you guys want to leave your sausages whole, by all means, you know, leave them whole. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all this back in the pan with all the juices. And we're going to let this finish cooking with the top off. So just get all that incorporated with the onions and peppers. And trust me, the sausage is going to be nice and juicy and moist. And we just put all the juices back in here. So I don't think there's a difference at all. But like I said, if you guys want to leave your sausage whole, leave it whole. I like to do it this way, especially when we're putting them in a sandwich. Alright, so I'm going to let this cook for another 5 minutes. And we'll be back to plate it, guys. Alright guys, and this is the way we're going to plate it. Now like I said, you guys can always put it over some rice or some pasta. I'm going to be putting it on a toasted hoagie, which I went ahead and toasted. Okay? And it smells absolutely delicious, guys. Alright, and all you're going to do is cut your hoagie. Open it up. And we're going to put all this deliciousness right inside. However much you guys want. This one's for my hubby, of course. I'm just going to close her up. Just like that. And there you have it, guys. Rexy's Italian sausage, peppers, and onions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I always enjoy making them for you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. And I'm going to go give this to my hubby. He's waiting to eat. So I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.